Okay, so today we will do that state management and maybe exception handling. These
Hmm.
two parts have not been completed. Then object oriented programming. Okay,
उसमें भी आरडीबीएमएस पे भी कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड का कॉन्सेप्ट शुरू किए थे बट थोड़ा वो समझ में नहीं आया
किसमें?
आरडीबीएमएस में
RDBMS.
हाँ
In third semester, you do not have RDBMS. You have advanced database technology.
हाँ, वही मेरे को वही
RDBMS, it
लगता है
was there.
आरडीबीएमएस लगता है
RDBMS, advanced database technology.
हाँ,
Okay, so let's start first. So, first
एक्सेप्शन हैंडलिंग
exception handling. Okay, exception handling. Now, what is exception handling? We all know that it's
फ्रॉम
just like
जावा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू
Java or C++ exception handling. Means exception handling will mm, restrict your program from
इनवैलिड इनपुट
not invalid input, means what I can say, unwanted stopping by the system. Okay, if there is
रन
some
टाइम एरर्स
exception, runtime errors. Okay, if there is some exceptional situation arise while the program is running, okay, then the system, then the environment may have some objection and they can terminate that particular thread, okay, that process. Okay, so obviously you do not want to happen the same kind of thing with your application. Means your application should be systematically closed, and that should be under the full control of yours. Okay, so you should
करेक्ट
not allow the system to interfere in your program. So that is the reason of exception handling. Means
ओके
during programming, many
abnormal
types of
termination
abnormal termination should not be
toward
take
be
place in
happening
application, because that's a very bad reputation.
situation.
Okay, so you have to handle different kinds of exceptions in your program. Means I am
To
not
avoid
discussing
the
the fundamentals of exception handling, because
mm,
that has already been discussed in Java or object oriented classes. Okay, the
mm,
same concept
mm,
is here. So exception handling means to handle the abnormal programming situation and to restrict the system from terminating our own
program up.
application. Okay,
Mm,
so that is the basic of exception handling.
mm,
So the keywords is same, try, catch. Okay,
mm.
how Java handle the exception the same way C plus in PHP also handles the exception. Okay, first let's um, open our coding environment, that is your
Visual code.
VS Code, and our folder, which folder is currently open. Demo PHP 6. Today
Mm,
we are creating demo PHP 7. So demo PHP 7. So inside demo PHP 7, we are going to, we run XAMPP,
mm.
start it. MySQL, we are not starting MySQL service since we do
Mm.
not enter the database part.
In database part.
So here we are creating a file, say index.php.
Mm,
So in our last classes, we have learned how to include different files into your PHP file. Okay.
Yes.
Now today we will do that part, that exception handling. Okay. Just let me write a few lines. Say try. Okay. First, what you have to do, you have to write the PHP tag. Inside PHP tag, I am using try, the same
Try block.
old fashioned
Mm.
handling exception try. Inside try, I am just echoing something. Echo. This is, you can say, inside try before occurring exception.
Mm.
Okay. After that, I will throw an exception here in this line. In this line, I will throw an exception. Here, I am printing another statement. Inside try, after
Throwing an exception.
exception
Handling.
pending. Okay. And after try, I will write catch.
Catch.
Inside catch, what I will write exception $e. If you can remember from Java, syntax
Mm.
was same, na?
Correct.
Here, the
Same only.
exception is a system-defined exception class. You can say as a root class.
Yes.
Okay,
All the exceptions are defined under that E exception E.
that was the case in Java, and maybe
Java.
same case in PHP here also. And that is an object or reference
Mm.
to this object, to this class object.
Exception class.
Okay, so
Mm.
inside catch, I am printing another echo statement. So I can write inside catch block. What type of exception occurred? Exception. I'm just printing that exception. How to print? $E arrow get message. You will have a method get message.
Error message it is giving.
Yeah, that message. Uh, what message is generated? Okay, if the
Mm-hmm.
message is generated by the system, you can
Mm-hmm.
also generate a message. Okay, so that message can be printed by using this function get message. Okay,
Mm.
now before try, I'm just printing one echo statement. Echo, this is before try catch. Okay, give a break for every case. I'm giving a break.
Mm.
It will not require the break. Okay, na? Okay,
Mm.
see here. So how the program will execute? The program will first come here, okay, inside PHP.
Mm.
Okay,
According to ascending line
before
numbers.
PHP tag, you whatever you have, those are all HTML.
Mm.
So exception handling is not a matter for HTML. Okay, so it is for PHP part. So
Mm.
exception handling is will take place inside this PHP tag. So it is
Mm.
applicable for PHP code, not for the HTML code.
Mm.
Okay. So whatever outside this tag, this PHP tag, those will
Mm.
be printed or outputted in the same way like HTML or JavaScript. Okay. So exception handling is only for
Mm.
PHP code. So inside this PHP tag, we have that PHP code. So coming into the PHP code, first this echo statement will be executed. You just
Mm.
remember the exception handling,
Mm.
and after that, what the execution will be done. The control will
Try
come
block.
inside this try block. This statement will be
Mm.
executed. Okay,
Mm.
and I told you that I will fire some exception here. Okay,
Mm.
some exception here. If some exception appears here during runtime, then what will happen? Tell me.
The
Remembering
further
from
thing will not. Further will not be executed.
further
Means
means what?
this here the second ecosystem will eco statement will not execute.
Yeah, exactly. Further means the remaining part of this try block will not be executed. Okay.
Mm. Correct.
Whenever there is an exception inside try block, okay,
Mm.
so the control just go for a catch block.
Catch
The
block
remaining part of the try block will not be executed.
will not be get
This rule
executed.
is same for any language, for every
Mm.
language. Okay, here also.
Mm.
So we are expecting that this statement will not be executed. Then
Mm.
what the program will do? It will enter
It will
into
go to
inside
the
the catch
catch
block.
block.
Okay, this statement will be executed and we will get the
The
respective error
message.
message here. Okay,
Mm.
but since we do not fire any exception here, clearly you are
Mm.
seeing that there is nothing we did here to fire an exception. So what will
Mm.
happen? Means the situation is like
The
that there
second
is no
system also.
exception. Okay,
So second ecosystem also will
so
be
this statement will
executed
be
normally.
executed, this statement will also be executed, this will be
Mm.
executed, and this will not be
This
executed
not executed because
because,
catch block will not enter.
yeah, catch block will be executed only when there is an exception. So
Hmm.
let me first run this one. After that, we will apply a exception. Okay.
Exception. Hmm.
Okay. So it was localhost slash webtech. So inside webtech we have demo 7.
Please demo
See
sim.
here. You see before try catch,
Yes.
inside try before occurring exception, inside try after occurring exception. Since we do not find any exception in between,
The
so this
other two
after exception
ecosystem.
occurred is also get
Hmm.
printed, right?
Hmm.
Now we will introduce some exception here.
Hmm.
So to take an exception, we can easily use another command, that is throw. You remember throw from
Yes.
Java?
True is also a keyword. Hmm.
Throw new exception. Exception. So we are creating the object of this exception class.
Hmm.
Throwing an exception means what? Whenever you create an
Hmm.
object of exception class and use
Hmm.
that object with the throw clause, system will
Hmm.
understand, okay, there is an exception.
Hmm.
Okay, means just like that. Think I'm giving an analogy. New
Hmm.
exception.
Hmm.
If you know object oriented programming, then you easily understand what is the meaning of this syntax. Okay, this
Yes.
part, this highlighted part. This
Hmm.
is an exception class. You are
Object we are creating.
you
Hmm.
are creating the object using new operator.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is
Hmm.
an object of exception class.
Hmm.
Fine. Now you are throwing that object with the help of this keyword. It's just like
Hmm.
that. You are taking a stone in your hand,
Hmm.
okay, and you
Hmm.
are throwing it to some glass. So
Hmm.
there will be an exception. Okay,
Hmm.
now inside that exception you are giving your own message. Say
Hmm.
my exception occur. just giving a random message. Okay, you can
mm,
write any message here.
mm,
So by writing this line, what you are doing, you are initiating an exception inside your program.
mm,
So now
mm.
what we are expecting, this line will be executed, this line will be executed, then there is an exception. So
So it will go to catch block. Control
this
will go
line
to
will
catch
not be
block.
executed. It is
Mm,
the remaining part of the try block. So catch block will be executed inside catch block.
mm,
So this we will get. So let's run it.
mm,
I already save it. Refresh. See, before try, inside try before occurring exception, inside catch block. See here, inside catch block, exception. Now you are getting that error
the
message.
message.
My exception
Mm,
occur. Okay. So this my exception occur message is been fetched by this method. Okay.
mm,
This is the way how you can handle an exception. Okay. Now you can tell me, you okay, if this is the way of handling exception, then
mm,
how can I apply it? Okay. You can apply it like that. Suppose you have some values, okay, coming from the client or some
mm,
operations, maybe $v values, okay,
mm,
maybe something like that. Okay. So $v is a variable. Okay.
mm,
This $v in your program context must get a positive value. Okay.
mm.
A positive value. Suppose a human age. Okay.
Mm.
So human age cannot be
A
lesser equal
negative.
to zero. Okay. It
Mm.
cannot be lesser equal to zero. Means it cannot be negative, neither negative nor zero. Okay.
Nor zero.
Then if somehow this v contains some value, may minus 10. Okay. Mistakenly this may happen minus 11.
Mm, mm,
I'm not saying that I will assign minus 11 to v. I'm saying
mm.
that this
Yes,
minus 11 is coming inside this v by some calculation or by some user input by any means. Okay.
correct. Mm,
So in your programming context, okay, this
mm.
v is getting an invalid value
Yes,
that can be trapped by using exception handling.
exception.
Okay.
Mm,
So how to trap it? Just you have to use that if else part. If $v is less than equal to 0, then this is your, in your program
exception.
context, this is your exceptional situation,
Mm,
है ना?
mm.
Because you have written this program keeping the fact in mind that
It
v
should
is
not
a
be,
human age and it should be
should be
greater
greater
than
than
0.
zero.
Okay. So if the value of v is less than equal to 0, so that is an exceptional situation in your programming context, and that
Mm,
should be treated like that. Okay. So if
mm.
v is less than equal to 0, so you are throwing an
Throwing in
exception, writing like
exception.
invalid age. Please try again. Something like that. Okay.
Mm,
You can give any message. Else, if it is not so, else you can do your rest of your task just like that. Got it?
got it.
Okay. So if you run the code, you can guess what will be the output. See, since $v currently have minus 11, so you are getting inside catch block
Invalid age
invalid age.
and
Please try
please try
again.
again.
Okay. Now, if somehow user manages the
Restore.
input,
Mm,
so you will get the result inside try after exception. So there is no exceptional situation. Okay, got it.
mm. Yes.
Okay, just let me give a chance to ask you. that
mm,
why we need this kind of try catch block. We can simply check this thing using this if else, no? Just like in C concept. Okay,
mhm,
see,
mm,
ultimately we have checked the condition using if else. So
mm,
uh, it is better, it is better to write the code like that. See, I am asking this from the concept of exception handling,
mm,
object oriented, just for the people who do not actually know or confused why we are doing this try catch hazards. If we can check like this, if this one is less than 0, then simply print message, simply print message this. Okay,
mm.
and if it is not less than 0, then do your rest of work here, right? This was the simplest task. This was the simplest way of, you can say, handling this kind of situation, whether v is less than 0 or not. Why we need this try catch and everything. Okay, this is simply because that object oriented technology
Mm,
is all about organizing your code. How well you
mm,
can organize your code. See, at the end of the day, we developer had the only thing in our hand, these words, no? These characters, these lines, these files.
yes.
And a mm, real life project or a application, when you are going to
Mm,
develop an application, you have already seen, I saw you a few of my codes.
mm.
Thousands and thousands and
Thousands
lakhs
of
of lines are there in a
lines are
particular
there.
code. Okay,
Mm,
so it will be very hard to find out any problems inside that code, or whenever you are trying to debug or upgrade your
mm,
code or maintain your code, so it will be very much difficult. Okay,
mm.
so
Correct.
our aim is to organize those
Organize
lines
the code.
as
Mm,
much as possible in
possible.
a flexible way, so that later when we maintain that code, we found it easy for the maintenance.
Mm,
There are many
correct.
projects too have been, which have been means scrapped due to of means
Runtime error.
not error, due to of lack of good management of code.
Good management of
Code
code.
management is very much essential. So try catch
Mm,
is, you can say, a way of managing your problematic situations, codes.
is
Okay,
more professionally,
more professionally, more means
ac-
systematically. Okay,
systematically.
why? Again, there is a reason. See here, this is a simple if else check, right?
Mm,
And in a application, in a code,
mm,
you have
mm,
many ifs and else, if and else,
correct.
many.
Mm,
In fact, the most programming construct is used in an
if
application will
condition.
be an if and else. Okay,
Mm,
so among all those if and else, this if has a particular characteristics.
mm,
Okay, suppose since I told you that $v is a human age. Okay, now
mm,
suppose your application is based on giving the say, what I can say, giving insurance. Okay,
mm,
insurance company. Okay, so
mm, mm.
in insurance company the age is, means
Very
in
much
insurance
important.
policies, age is important. So
Mm,
maybe you have some if like that. If dollar b is less
mm,
than 10, then you have
mm,
certain policy. Okay, else
mm,
if dollar
mm,
v is greater than 10, and then I'm just writing examples.
mm,
Say dollar v less than equal to say 18, then you have some logic. So These kinds of ifs will be there in your program.
Correct.
Okay, so these are called business rules. Means you are
Mm.
applying your business rules using this if and
Mm.
else, if
Mm.
if structure. Okay,
Correct.
so
Mm.
beside these ifs, okay,
Mm.
this is also again an if condition, right?
Correct.
But the characteristic difference between these two if is that this is important, most important, okay,
Mm.
to run your business, because this
Correct.
if defines the business logic. If you omit this
Mm.
if, your business will be not be done.
Mm.
But if you omit this if, then your business will not be stopped. It's only when the v value less than equal to 0, it will give some mm, uh,
Error.
erroneous
Exceptions.
data or unwanted
Mm.
data which is not
Mm.
desired, right?
Mm.
So these if has a characteristics difference between from these ifs. Getting
Business.
the thing now?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I got it.
So, but you will find everywhere this kind of error checking if. Those ifs will be mixed up with all the other if else.
Mm.
So try catch is to separate this if from that if. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the ways. Try catch is the way how to separate these kinds of error checking or exception handling ifs from the other if. Okay.
Mm.
So see here, you will find this error checking if here. Okay,
Mm.
inside if, inside this one. Okay.
Mm.
Now if you can put always this if
Mm.
in your program here. Got it? Because
Mm.
if someone enters an invalid value, means
Mm. Mm.
negative value, then this will be handled by this catch. After handling by this catch, when your program comes here, when your program comes here, it is certain that $v does not contain any invalid values.
Invalid value.
Okay, so here your v $v
Will have a valid
get filtered,
values.
get filtered.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you make a loop here. So since this v has invalid value, so you loop in
With
backward
do. Mm.
with do. Okay, so
Mm.
this way you can separate this error checking if from the business logic
The
if.
business logic.
Okay,
Mm.
so you do not want to make a mess with all those ifs, because it
Mm-hmm.
is really horrible if you look a real means already application. Okay,
Mm.
uh,
Correct.
an application code, if you look into it, okay, then initially you will find nothing. It look horrible.
Correct.
So if it is not organized, if it is not maintained properly, then everything will be
It's a
lost.
tedious
Okay,
work.
not even tedious, all
Mm-hmm.
scratch.
It might be crashed. Okay.
But because that time, to understand the old logic, the old code, will take more time. Rather, we will create a new one.
New one. Correct.
So that's why try catch is important. Okay.
Mm.
Anyway, so that was all about try catch. Next, we will go to where state management. I think
Mm.
state management. What is there in state management? You have session, cookies, and query strings. Query strings,
Mm-hmm.
you remember? We did it. Query string. Okay.
Very strange.
Creating one more file, qstring.php. Let me see what they are writing about query string here. Complicated thing. I am not going to
Mm-hmm.
make it complicated. Just look here.
Hmm.
Say, say you have. I'm writing HTML, huh?
Okay.
Say A. Okay. Just first write demo query string equal nature. After that, I am giving a uh, ahref.
Link. Hmm.
Ahref equal to say get q q string dot php. I am mentioning the name of another file. Okay,
Hmm.
just follow.
Okay.
Pick me. Okay, okay, I am putting all these things inside the HTML part.
PHP tag.
No, this is HTML code, so I am
Hmm.
putting all this thing inside this HTML part.
HTML
Okay,
body tag. Hmm.
okay, fine. Now let me run it inside demo.php. I am going to change the name of this file index to say index1. Why?
Last
Because
also
then
we had
no,
index.
then we will
Ah,
get
here
this
two
thing.
files.
Okay,
Hmm.
this content will come if there is no index file if the browser is not finding any index file. Okay, then the
Hmm.
content will be shown on the browser. Okay, so it will give us the facility to click, view the files and click on the files to get
Next
the content.
required one.
That's why,
Okay.
otherwise we have to type the name every time here. Okay, so here
Hmm.
is your queue string. So if you click on this link, see,
The file which we create
follow
should be
here,
done. Hmm.
follow here. Okay,
Hmm.
if I bring the mouse here, so you are seeing that what is the link.
Mouse pointer is. Hmm.
No, you just follow here, here, just above this my taskbar.
Mm-hmm.
So
Q
you are
string.
getting the link, na? So that
Hmm.
link will be invoked. So get
Hmm.
queue string. See
We
here,
have to
if I
create
click
that
it,
file now. Hmm.
this get queue string is invoked. So you have to
Hmm.
create this file. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, fine. We create another file. So what is the name of that file?
Get create. Get
Get queue string
Q
dot
string.
php. Okay, fine. Now what will happen if I go
It will
there
redirect.
and click here?
Hmm.
So get queue string is now invoked. But inside get queue
Hmm.
string, we did not write anything. We will do it.
Create anything
Okay.
yet, so it will be.
So I'm writing here h1. This is get queue.
PHP tag to be open and close, no? Not necessary.
No, we have not started to write PHP code. Just an HTML tag I gave here. See here, to identify that qstring get qstring.php has been opened. That's why I write this thing. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
get this is get qstring.php. Now what I will do, I will send some data from this file, this qstring get qstring.
Hmm.
to get QString. How to
Hmm.
do that? You know two methods,
Get and post.
by get and post, but for that you have to write a form. Na?
Hmm.
For that, what you have to do? You have to design a form here, and inside that form, you have to put this name under the action attribute. After that, you have to mention the method as get or post. So
Hmm.
by entering data inside form, you can send the data from one page to another page.
Hmm.
But there is another way of sending data from one page to another page, that is called query string. So what is query string?
Okay.
I
Okay.
told you earlier in my previous
Hmm.
classes. See here,
Hmm.
give a colon, then give some key value pair. The
Hmm.
name equal to comma, comma. Have to give ampersand ct equal to just that. Okay.
Hmm.
Now see what will happen. Just go to the page here. Now while
Click me.
and just follow here above the taskbar.
Hmm.
See here.
Hmm.
You are seeing that the
Hmm.
link contains those values. Na? See here.
Correct.
The link contains those values. So we are sending these data explicitly, jabardasti, with the URL. Okay,
Hmm.
we can send the data along with the URL. Okay, so now
Hmm.
when you click that link, see here the control comes to the get QString page, and in get QString page you have these values. So now inside this page we can get those values. Where
Hmm.
we can get those values? Dollar
By get.
underscore where
Get method.
request, inside request,
Correct.
just
Request method.
try to print the request. Yeah, you can get those values under get method too.
Hmm.
Okay, so you have to write the PHP tag now. Under request, those all values
Will be
uh,
collected.
will be collected. Click here. See, this is the request
Hmm.
array. Okay,
Hmm.
you can print the get array also. See what will happen. Whether you can get those values under the get array. See, you are getting the values in get array also. This is the
Hmm.
content of get array.
Hmm.
Got it?
Got it.
Echo. These arrays are called global array, right?
Hmm. Yes.
There is one more
Get
global
array.
array we will do today. Get
Hmm.
array. Okay. Run once again. See here. Oh,
Beer.
here I'm giving a BR just before this one. The line gets separated. See
Hmm.
the content of request array and the content of get array. Now you know how to
Hmm.
fetch the name and city from this array. These are all
Hmm.
associative arrays. So you can
Get with
use
the value. Hmm.
the syntax and let's say name or nm is equal to dollar underscore request name. So you get name.
Name stored in
Okay.
the.
say dollar
Then
city is equal to
is equal to
dollar
dollar
underscore
request
request
city.
city. That's all. Okay. Now you operate with these variables. Okay.
Mm.
Like giving a echo dollar nm dot lives in or is situated in
Situated in
dollar
dollar
city.
city.
So give a break in that. So we have used these variables. See what happened? Click. So Jain University is situated in Bengaluru. Here
Bengaluru
Bengaluru and Jain
and
University
Jain
are two
University is the
individual values we have achieved. We have get got those values from query string. This is your query
mm,
string. This is your query string. This is your query string. Okay, the
mm,
highlighted one. You are
mm,
querying an URL with
mm,
this string. You're querying an URL with this string. Okay,
mm,
so that was query string. I hope you
mm.
understand.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so next one is important thing session state management. In state management, we have something called sessions. It is very much important. Session. Now, what is session? Session is a state. We'll define a state. Okay, you can say it is an object. Now, just see. Say this is the server for any web portal. Okay, so this is the server which have some, say your Gmail account. Okay,
Mm, mm,
this is the computer or server of Gmail. Okay,
mm.
so think how many people around the globe are simultaneously logged into it. Many millions and
Many,
millions,
many. Chrome.
right?
Yes.
Logged
Mm,
into this server. Okay, and they are querying by their own, means
mm,
the type of query this person is sending to this server is different from this person.
mm.
Okay, millions and millions of requests have been sent to and fro from this server now.
Yes.
So how this server is managing all these accounts, all these users requests? Okay,
Mm,
does this server remember everyone? No, server do not remember anyone. Then if it
mm-hmm.
is like that, every time a user logs in and server remembers, means
How to
there is a
suppose?
direct connection between that client and server, then it will be a mess. It will not be a
Mm,
possible thing. Okay, so we have
mm,
devised a technology that we do
mm-hmm.
not require, where we do not require to remember each and every client, or we do not have to make a stable or permanent connection between the
Mm-hmm.
client and the server. Okay,
Mm,
HTTP is a stateless protocol,
mm.
means that we are communicating, this client and server is communicating using a protocol called HTTP, and this
HTTP.
is a stateless protocol. The
Mm,
meaning of this word is that server do not remember about anything of the client. Okay,
mm-hmm.
it do not remember the states, whether the
Of the
client
client.
is operating or whether the client is not operating. It do not remember any state. If it is,
Mm-hmm.
if it has to remember the states, each and
Mm,
every states, then it will not be possible, maybe. Okay,
mm,
so we do not require to remember the every state of the client. Okay,
mm,
but what is the technology behind it? That
mhm,
when you logged into your account, okay, now when you
mm,
click on your inbox, you are seeing only the mails of your account,
mm.
not from other
The
account,
other.
others account.
Mm,
When this person is clicked on his inbox or send a mail to some
mm,
other people, okay,
mm,
so the mail is sending from his account only, not from others account. Okay,
mm,
these all thing can be managed by your session, applying session. Okay,
mhm,
okay, there are many things although to
mhm,
perform this kind of technology. Okay,
mhm,
one more example I would like to give you. Suppose you logged into your Facebook account, right?
mm,
Now, initially, when you log into your Facebook account, you have your username and password.
mm,
You give it correctly. So, what you will see?
mhm.
Do you have
Login
your
page.
Facebook account?
This home page will be
Okay,
getting
your home
coming.
page will appear. Okay,
Mm,
your profile and your timeline will be shown here.
mm,
So, inside this page, you will find your DP, your post, and your friend
mm,
list. Everything is yours. Okay,
mm,
now you can click on any link, you will go respective pages. Okay,
mm,
now when you back, you will get again this page. This will continue until you press the logout button. So
mm.
everywhere you will
Correct.
find logout button. Okay,
Mm,
now if once you click this logout button, what will happen?
mm,
You cannot move, you cannot traverse between these links, these pages.
correct.
So can't I say that every page of your account is kept inside a boundary, and this boundary has a door, and this door is locked by this one.
With the login page.
Hmm. So when you give correct username and password, that means you are entering a session. Okay,
Mm,
now when you log out, you are terminating the session. Okay,
mhm.
so that only part will be remembered by the server. Okay,
Login and log out.
log in and log out. So when you
Mm,
logged into your account, your username,
mhm,
maybe your password, maybe with some other data are kept inside the server.
mm,
Some other relevant data will be kept in your computer. In fact, the most of the information required by this system, okay, this Facebook system will be kept on your device, not on their server. They are not going to increase the load of their server. Okay,
okay,
so
okay.
they will store the minimum amount of data to remember that you are logged into your account. Now, when you press
Mhm,
logout button, they will erase that data from their server. Okay,
mhm,
maybe in your computer, those all data will remain, maybe remain forever until you
mhm,
format your device, any device, either it is mobile, tab, computer. Okay,
mhm,
so this can be done using this session. Okay, so I am just briefing it. So
mhm,
when you enter into a restricted page, means you have to go inside a area where you need to get some authorized uh, means scheme. You have to
mm,
give username password, then you will display those contents, otherwise you are not going to display these things. Okay,
mm.
so that can be implemented using the session. We are going to describe those part. Okay, see here
Okay.
how can we do that thing. First, let me create a folder here. session demo. Okay. So whatever
mm,
we will do inside this session demo is about your state handler.
mm,
So inside this session demo folder, so this session demo folder, I am creating one file, say restricted.php, and another file get.php. Got it? So there are two files
mm,
here. This is get.php, this is restricted.php. Okay.
mm, mm,
Now inside this get.php, I am just giving h1. This is get.php. Just try to understand. The minimum amount of code I will show it to you. And in
mm,
restricted PHP, I am just h1. This is restricted.php. Okay. Now see here. This is our session demo folder. Just go inside that.
mm.
Inside that. So now, if
Two
you
folders
click
are there,
on
two files.
get.php, you will get get.php.
Mm,
Go there. If you click restricted.php, this page will be opened. Even if
mm,
you do not click those things, you can write the URL like that, get.php. Get.php will be open. And
mm.
if you write,
Restricted.
what was that? Restricted
Restricted.
PHP is the restricted PHP open. Okay. But we are not
Mm,
liking this. This restricted PHP will not be open. Okay. We do
mm,
not want to show our user the content of this PHP of this file.
mm.
User can only visit this page
Use
only when
one
user gets some
logs
authentication
into it.
in
Mm,
the get.php. Okay.
mm,
So get.php, sorry, get.php. This page user will visit, and here we will ask some authentication from user. If
mm,
user successfully enter the key or password, something like that, then we will display that page. Otherwise, we will not going to display. Got it?
mm. Got it.
So we are going to restrict this restricted page. This is maybe
Mm,
some valuable information. Okay.
mm,
Valuable info are there. So we are not going to
mm.
expose this content of this file. Okay. But currently it is
Okay.
visible. You know,
Mm.
currently it is visible, na?
Yes,
Okay.
currently it is
So how
accessible.
to restrict the thing? So inside get.php, we will what
Mm,
we will do? We will ask user to enter some data. Okay,
mm.
for authentication. So for that purpose, we have to write a form. Okay, to make it a proper HTML file. So what will be the form tag? Form action. Currently, I am not writing anything inside it. Method. What will be the method? Tell me. It will be post because we are asking authentication. So it will be post. So inside form, I am just asking enter
Enter. Your user ID.
username, and we are asking input type equal to
Text box.
text, not text box, only text,
Text.
and user, that's all. Then enter
Pass.
password or key, something like that. Input
Input type
type
is equal
equal
to
to
password. Password
password,
name is
name is
equal
equal
to
to t
p
pass.
pass.
Okay. Give a break here. You can put the whole code inside
Submit. Mm.
table to look more good,
Need more good. Mm.
stylish coding. Okay. After that, you give a
Submit button.
input type equal to
Submit. Submit.
submit, and name equal to
Name is equal to
submit.
yes. Submit.
You can give value. Okay. Say you write open the code or
Mm.
show me the code,
Show the
show
code.
the file. That's all. So this is the form. How it looks like. Just check. So this is your get.php. Now it is
Mm.
asking username and password. If we can enter valid
Validate.
username and password, then the restricted.php will be shown. Okay.
Shown.
Now see, here we have made one file, that is your
Mm. Get.php.
get.php. Okay. We have
Mm.
another file, restricted.php. Okay.
Mm.
We do not want to open this file until and
Mm.
unless it gives an authentication. Or this
Investigation.
authentication must be checked by some other file, है ना?
Mm.
Third party.
Mm.
So this will check the authenticity of this user. This is user basically. This is user.
Mm.
Okay, and this is our vault, a locker. So
Mm.
there must be someone who is going to check the authenticity. So you
Mm.
need another file. You need another file. Although you can do the same thing inside this file, but it is better to make another file to check the authenticity,
Mm.
right? So we are creating another file here. So giving a name, check check user.php, right? So this will be pure PHP file.
Mm.
So inside PHP file, what you will do, you will
Take
first
get the
you have
methods of
to take the content of these
from into
values.
an array.
So these
Mm.
values will come here. Acha, first of all, this check user.php, you have to give this name here, na? Check user.php. Okay. So you
Mm.
are invoking check
Action.
user.php
Mm.
from get. That check user.php will do something. Okay,
Mm.
means it will check whether the user and password are okay or not.
Same or no.
If it is okay, then it
Validation.
will do something on the basis of which we can invoke this restricted page. Okay,
Mm.
let's check. Inside check user, you are getting the file first. Say dollar u name, un is your dollar underscore post. Inside post you have, what is the name? Tu name, I think I gave. T
T
user
name.
t pass.
T pass.
User, yes, and dollar
T pass.
tw equal to dollar underscore post t
T pass.
pass. Okay, fine. Now we are checking
If
if dollar un is equal to, or
equal
we are
to
not taking the user. Hmm? Huh. Shashi, just a minute.
Okay.
এটা তো জ্ঞানাটাম। This username and password need to be checked from database, na? But
Hmm.
currently we are not handling the database,
Bring in
so
database. We
that's why
can check some direct value.
I'm
Hmm.
just checking it, checking the password. If the password is, I would say 123,
3.
okay, then we are saying
Giving
that okay,
access to.
valid, okay.
Hmm.
Else we are not giving the validation,
Hmm.
okay. We can write else or we can write something here. We do not have to write the else part here, okay. See here, you can redirect by using script window dot location dot href is equal to get.php. Okay, so what I did here, I have not completed the whole program. Okay,
Hmm.
I have just done so
Checking that
far.
password.
See, we
Hmm.
are catching the values. We will check
Hmm.
here if the password is 123. We are setting that password will be 123. Okay, if
Hmm.
it is
Hmm.
123, then it is valid and we will
Hmm.
allow the permission. If it is not
Hmm.
123, then obviously it will come here,
And
and
it will
here we
print
are
the
redirecting it to the
gate
get.php file.
PHP file. Hmm.
Okay, so first run it, refresh it, see something like
Username
that.
can be anything. Password should be 123.
String constant line 10. Just a minute echo. So this code will not be there. Okay, inside here I am just putting a message so that you can understand valid. Okay,
Hmm.
so I am just giving something, and here also I am giving an invalid value. See here, since we gave invalid value, so
It
get.php
is
comes again,
getting back. Hmm.
redirecting. Okay, if we give 1 to 3, say I am typing 1 2 3.
Hmm.
So you have that value means this valid has been printed, but
Hmm.
quickly the control
It
comes
is
here.
coming back to the other part.
Okay,
Ah.
so for that purpose I am just giving another command exit, so that the program exit from here, so
And
it
the
will
echo
not
will
get
not
the
be
chance to
printed.
come here. Okay, so it will not be redirected. See here, to give anything, just give one
One,
two
two,
three.
three.
See, you can see the valid here.
Hmm.
Okay, and you are inside this check user.php, but we do not like to see this page, this checkuser.php. Checkuser.php will be there in background. The responsibility
Mm.
of this page is just to check whether the username and password are valid or not.
Mm.
Okay, okay, fine. Now I am just deleting this part and do my other task. So what do we have to do?
Should load the restricted page.
Here session underscore start.
Mm.
Spelling mistake नहीं किए ना? Session underscore start. Okay, fine.
Mm.
So this is the first line you have to write.
Mm.
Okay, to activate the session.
Mhm.
Here there is a function. There is a global array called session. Inside that session, you just create some keys. This is keys, just like
Mhm.
associative arrow, and
Mm.
put your whatever you like. Say $UN. You put UN. Okay, and you send your page. This is the name restricted.php.
Mm.
First, tell me whether you understand the logic or not. See here, user entered username and password. Okay,
Mm.
we catch those username and password in our local variable un and pw. Okay,
Mm.
if the password is 123, then we are recognizing that okay, user is valid.
Mm.
Then we are just
Starting a
forget this.
session. Mhm.
Then we are redirecting him to this page. Okay,
Mm. Restricted page.
restricted page. If the username is password is not valid, then we are redirecting him to get page.
To the gate page again to enter the
Okay,
value
currently
values.
I am just removing these two lines. Okay,
Mm.
now you can get an
Run and
idea.
check.
See
Mm.
here. Sorry. Okay, username I am just giving anything, and password I am
Sorry.
giving first wrong password I am
Mm.
giving. Okay, wrong password
Mm.
I am giving. So it is restrict. Sorry,
Oh, it is coming.
wrong password.
Mm.
So if it is wrong password, then value I am giving some wrong password. Okay. So if the password is wrong, then some value available. Why it is showing location.href. Okay, pw is 123. No.
Equal to is missing there. Oh, double equal to is missing.
Oh,
In if.
mm, double equal to, it will be double equal to. Okay. So I'm giving some wrong password. See here. Then we are
Mm.
redirecting to get.php. We are not able to
Mm.
see the restricted page. Okay.
Mm.
Now, if you give right password
The
one,
correct
two,
password.
three, then you are able to see the restricted page. Okay.
Mm.
But there is a mistake behind it. Why?
Mhm.
Because suppose I am just
Giving a username
deleting
different.
this page and again just opening, we know the URL localhost
Mm.
slash webtech. Okay,
Mm.
and that demo 7 and
7.
restricted dot php. Oh, sorry.
Oh, directly.
No. And there is another folder that is your session or
Sesh.
demo session.
Demo session.
What was the name of the folder?
Demo session.
Session demo.
Oh, session demo. Sorry.
It was
Session demo
demo slash
slash
restricted.php.
restricted PHP
Somehow we come to know the file name is
URL of
restricted.php URL. Okay,
mm,
enter. You, the page is open in front of you.
page is opening.
Okay,
Correct.
so this we need to restrict. How? By
Mm-hmm.
using this session. Okay, now we are opening this. First you have to write session underscore start. Okay, so this will direct the server that please create a session object for the corresponding client. Okay, for the
Mm-hmm.
request. And when we do that, server will give you a single array. You can store data inside this array. Ethically, you should not store many data inside this array. A little bit, a few, which is must require. Those amount of data you should store inside array. Currently, I am storing only the username. See, the username passed from the client. We store it here. Okay, that's all. Now, when this statement is executed and this statement is executed, server has a session object in it with respect to this client. Got it? Now, if someone open the same site and give enter the username and password, and if the password is correct 123, then server will
New
again
session.
create another session array or object for that client also.
Mm-hmm.
This way, server will enable each and every client who are successfully logged into the account, okay,
Mm-hmm.
a separate session value. Okay, now this file need to check whether the session value for this client is set or not. Okay, that you can do. See, this is, we are saying that this part is our what, valuable information. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what we are doing, we are applying session here. You can apply the session for the whole program also.
Mm-hmm.
ACSSION session underscore start. After session underscore start, we are checking if we are applying if is set, or directly you can write if your dollar underscore session un. You know there is a variable session un.
And UN is
Okay,
user. UN we have critical.
not equals to null. If it is not equals to null, then you should know that okay, user have been successfully entered the
Logged
password,
in.
login, and his username is been stored inside the session variable. Okay, then what you are doing, you are using a simple if here and encircle whole content of the file under
And close.
this if.
Mm-hmm.
This is the technique. See, this is the valuable information, and you are keeping this valuable information inside this if. See, this is
Mm-hmm.
the part of if and this is the end of the if. So this whole part will only be executed only when this if condition is true. Okay, if
Mm-hmm.
session object, this session variable means array un is not equal to null, means if it has some data,
Then it
then
will
we are
not
going to
execute.
execute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some valuable information are there. Here, say we are writing h3 welcome, and we are going to print the name dollar underscore session un. So here printing the name of the user here. Okay. First run it.
Mm.
See, this page is now under session control. Okay.
Mm.
So you cannot open this page. Just try to see, this is the previous one. Okay.
Mm.
Just try to
Refresh it.
refresh it.
Mm.
Some undefined key un. This un is undefined because we have not run it properly. For that you can use if is, sorry, is set. If is set session un and then session un is not equal to none. Is set क्या करते हैं? What is set will do? Is set will check whether this variable or this item
Mm.
exists or not.
Mm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so just go here and refresh it. See here, you are inside restricted page, but you are not able to
Content will
view
not be
the sensitive content.
content.
Okay, since you are,
Mm.
why? Because you have not logged in,
Given the access.
given the
Mm.
right username or password.
Username, password.
Okay. Now what you will do? You have to go to the
Go to get
get.php.
PHP, enter the username,
Suppose you give username and give some invalid
different password.
password, so you will not be there. Okay. If somehow you come to know restricted.php is our target, you can enter, but you
But
are
the
not
content
able.
will
You
not be.
can visit this page, but the
That's
sensitive
what
content is
content
not.
will not be visible.
You can also do that thing that restricted page will not be shown at all. For that purpose,
Mhm.
what you have to do, you have to put the whole
That message
code
inside the
inside the if
if.
tag, if control. Okay.
Mm.
So now I am entering our actual, say,
Password.
I think password is 123.
Content did
Password
not
is
come.
123.
Content is
Let's
not coming.
check why session underscore start. Un and then session un not equal to this one. Okay. So what we did here, check user, inside session user. We made it user, na? And we are
Mm-hmm.
checking it is a
Here,
un,
UN.
user. That was a small mistake we
Here
made.
also. And here also, no? The
Where?
last page. Last line.
User, right. Fine. Now everything is set. So just
One,
refresh.
two, three is the password.
Sachin, 123. See, welcome Sachin. So some valuable information are there. This part, right?
Hmm.
Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. Now you copy this link. Okay. You can paste it in another tab. This will run, right?
Hmm.
Acha. You delete this page, you delete this page. Again, will run. Okay.
It should have not been, no?
You again delete this page. You just this. It will run. What is happening?
It should not have been done, no?
Yeah. But the thing is that when you successfully entered that password, server created an object for you to remember you.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
that you have logged in, and that
Mm.
object will be in the server for a certain period of time.
Oh, until we close the program
No, no,
completely
no.
or
We have
something.
closed the program. See here, we have closed the program. But when we enter the URL again, since the
Mhm.
server is not have not deleted that object, so you
Mhm.
can get into that page again. Okay, so that's
Mhm.
why I always suggest people who usually go to cyber cafe or some other friend's laptop or computer, log in their browser, log in their account, and just do not log out.
Without
Just
logout, they will
cross
leave
the
the page.
tab and come out of the that page can be easily opened again. Okay,
Mhm.
if the session is not handled behind, if the session object is not deleted from the server, so the gate is open. That means your account, you kept your door open for a certain
Mhm.
period of time, maybe in some cases for infinite amount of time it will remain open.
Mhm.
So we have done login part, we have not done logout part.
Logout part.
So we have to implement the logout part here. Okay, so to log out, what you have to do, you have to just delete, nothing. You have to just
Session
delete this
delete.
thing. Okay, you have to just delete this data because see here what you have checked. You are checking whether session user is not equal to null. So if you put this key inside this object, inside this one, a null, then that will be fine for you. Nah?
Mm.
Got it? So come here and put a logout message. Welcome after welcome. So you
Mm.
a href
HREF.
equal to
Logout.
logout.php
HP.
logout a. Fine.
Mm.
Now you have to create a logout dot
Create logout page. Logout
logout.php.
has also one more page. Yeah, I was.
Hmm?
Logout is also one more
Yeah,
web page
logout will
actually.
be one more page. So session start
Session
will be
end.
there. Session start. After that, you put dollar underscore session that user is equal to null. That is all about you need to do. Okay,
So we are making this user content as null here.
null. So that this condition this
Will
condition
be false.
will be false. Okay. Now check. See log out here. Okay. Now if you click log out, so logout.php is there.
Mm.
Now if you know, see you cannot back. Okay. Although you can back, you are not able to see that part. Nah?
Mm.
Now if you copy the part and just go there, you are not able to see the restricted part. Got it?
Mm. Mm.
You cannot see. Okay. You can only
Mm.
see the part only when you what back
Login and
again get
create the session. Mm.
a 1 2 3, you are able to see the part. Okay,
Mm.
so again log out. This logout.php we would like to redirect from logout.php to our
Mm.
which page, this page na get.php.
Rest get.php. Correct.
Just a minute.
Mm.
So as soon as we log out from here, we will move to the get.php. See now here, 1, 2, 3, show.
Again, we
This
can
is
get
log out.
inside, log
Now,
out.
if you copy the thing and just delete it, you will be able to enter inside it till you are not logging
Create a
out.
logout. Mm,
See, logging out, you are coming back to your login page. Okay. Now, by
mm.
doing this, what we have done by doing this, we are just deleting the content of this session array,
Use
but we
session
did
array.
not delete the session object from the server. The
Mm,
server will
mm,
keep that session object intact until that period of time, something 20 minutes
mhm,
or 30 minutes that can be set from
mhm,
setting. Okay, so it is ethical to destroy the session. You are not using the session anymore, so you call session destroy. So it will also delete the object from the server, and that is all about, that is the content of your logout page.
mhm.
Tell me if it is okay or not.
Yes, I got it.
So that is your session management, state management. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Session and state, it is same.
State means what? State means
It's a
you are
session
logged
state, whether
into,
you are
you are logged into
active or
your
not.
account, so that is a state. You have been logged out, that is another state. Okay.
Mhm.
So just like these are called state. Okay.
Okay.
One more thing is there, that is called cookie. Cookie is nothing but some small piece of data that can be set in into your computer. I will show you. See here. From here you can see the cookies. Okay. So
Mm,
some information can be set by this application into your machine. Nowadays, not some information, many informations
mm.
these sites are storing
Just,
into our own devices. Those are called
mhm,
cookies. So what is the purpose of those cookies? That is the information. The purpose is for the server. Means whenever you next time log in, so the server will get some knowledge from those cookies. What
mm,
is your likings? What is your means? Sometimes you will find that when you browsing a site, okay, for the first time, it is taking some delays. Okay,
mm.
some amount of time it is taking, but from the next time, whenever you are visiting that particular site, it is working very
Immediately the
fast.
content. Mm,
The reason behind that, for the first time, uh, all the experiences, the your user experiences has been catched up and put it inside your device. Okay,
mm,
so when next time you visit the same site, the server is fetching those data from the cookies. So
mm,
server already knows what is your likings and disliking. So according to that,
mm,
it is putting some knowledge into it. So your experience is getting better. Okay.
mm.
So this is the ethical part. Obviously, there are some unethical part. There, the many sites are there who are
Hiking.
doing some illegal actions behind the scene. So anyway, so cookies are a small piece of information that can be set inside your
The
computer.
system.
Okay,
Mm,
by the sites. Okay, so that is a small part one program I will show next day. Today we have to
mm.
stop.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
tell me if you have any question.
No, whatever we have done today is up to today. It is fine.
Okay, just let me stop it.